This is a reading of the article Cutting Down Rainforests. Rainforests originally covered about 12% of the Earth's surface. Now it only covers less than 2%. The forests are the best ecosystems on Earth. In fact, the Amazon has been called the lungs of the world because of the amount of oxygen produced there through photosynthesis. There are three main areas where rainforests are located. They are Southeast Asia, Central Africa, and Northern South America. They are usually found near the equator, where it is warm and humid all year. The rainy season usually lasts most of the year, so there is a lot of rain. At least 80% of big countries' food comes from the rainforests. Some of the foods include fruits and vegetables like oranges, coconuts, bananas, lemons, corn, rice, sugar, chocolate, coffee, and much more. In the rainforest, there are 3,000 species that could be eaten, but we only eat about 200 of them. There are many reasons to cut down the rainforests. This process is called deforestation and is defined as the process in which a forest is cut down, burned, or damaged. Logging is a big reason for deforestation in Southeast Asia and Africa. In fact, logging is the only thing responsible for clearing over 5 million hectares worldwide per year. 1 hectare is about 2.47 acres, or equal to 2 U.S. football fields. Another reason for deforestation is cattle ranching, or cow farms. Cows are a sign that someone has a lot of money and is successful in many local cultures in Central and South America. Since 1950, 66% of tropical rainforests have been turned into farmland for cows. In Brazil, many farmers are clearing their land to grow soybeans, which are now the #1 crop in that country. Building new towns and cities is another reason for deforestation. In the past, when European settlers came to an area with a rainforest, they would cut down the trees to use the wood and clear the land for farming. People did not think of how this would change the environment because they did not know very much about this topic. Nowadays, people ignore the environment because they do not think the changes will affect them in their lifetime. This is wrong. At the current speed of deforestation, almost 80 to 90% of the forest that is left will be destroyed by the year 2020. Globally, the rate of deforestation is about 150 acres destroyed per minute. This is about 120 U.S. football fields. Every day, 214,000 acres are destroyed, which is an acre larger than New York City. Every year, 78 million acres are destroyed, which is an area larger than Poland. In Brazil alone, which is where most of the remaining forest is, 5.4 million acres are destroyed per year. In the year 1500, there were about 6 to 9 million native people living in the Brazilian rainforest. In 1992, there were less than 200,000 left. When the forest is destroyed, so is the home for many species. This can cause an entire species to completely die out. When all the organisms in a species die, this is called extinction. At the current rate of deforestation, in the next hour, about 6 species will become extinct. Even though extinction is a natural process, it is happening much faster than normal, which worries people. Today's extinction rate is similar only to the extinction of the dinosaurs. The carrying capacity of an environment is the amount of species that can survive from the food or living space available. According to scientists, The carrying capacity of tropical rainforest soil cannot support large farming. To reduce deforestation, loggers have to only choose the best trees to cut down instead of cutting them all down. This method does have problems. For example, they still need to build roads, which destroy parts of the forest. These roads change the way the water soaks into the ground and can pollute the rivers nearby. Deforestation also affects the local people. Outsiders do not understand the native people's way of life, which means the native people have to fight the outsiders to protect their traditions. Even more serious are the changes to the planet and the loss of biodiversity. As the forests are destroyed, there are less species in the ecosystems. This means the food webs are not as stable. But even though deforestation is bad for the environment, people still want to cut down the forests to get more money. Another problem with deforestation is that a lot of the time, cures for diseases are found in forests. And if the forests are being destroyed, we might not be able to find a cure for some diseases. Right now, there are 121 prescription medicines sold worldwide that came from a forest. We have only had the chance to study 1% of the total species in the forest, which means there is still a lot to learn. But if we destroy the forest, we might miss the chance to find an important medicine. Deforestation takes away the plants that hold the soil in place. Without these plants, the soil can wash away when it rains. This washing away because of rain is called erosion. Erosion also washes away all the nutrients out of the soil, making it not good for growing crops. Flooding is also a serious problem from deforestation. When the plants are cleared from the area, they are no longer taking in the rain, which means more of the water stays in the soil. This can cause flooding because tropical rainforests get a lot of rain. Sometimes it will rain as much in 1 hour as New York would get in 1 month. All this water needs to go somewhere, and sometimes it will flood a nearby city or town. Even though all these problems from deforestation are very serious, the most serious problem is that of climate change. Climate change is a change in normal weather. Cutting down trees changes the balance of carbon dioxide and oxygen in the atmosphere, since trees can't do photosynthesis anymore. When there is too much carbon dioxide in the air, the sun's heat gets trapped. The carbon dioxide is like a blanket on the earth, and when the sun's heat gets trapped, our temperature goes up. This will mean our weather will change. The level of the ocean will go up, and the rain in the summer will go down. In order to fix the problem of deforestation, there are many things that need to happen. First, we need to teach people about the problem. We need to stop cutting down forests. In order to lower our need for trees, we should recycle more. Some people think we can just plant new trees, but this is not enough because all the species are already dead and the nutrients will have washed away. It also takes a long time for a forest to grow up. Even though we might not see deforestation changing our individual lives right now, it will surely change our children's lives. We need to make sure we take care of the earth so our children do not have to suffer the consequences of our actions. It is easier to talk about what to do than it is to make a change, but we must start finding solutions now.